Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be speaking about the movie Barbarians of 1987.
Fight or run. Run.
The Barbarians.
Barbarians pretty much starts with twin barbarians, who seek
No.
revenge from the
No, they're
warlord.
not.
Who?
No, Ray.
Not barbarians yet.
No, they're always barbarians, right?
Oh, okay.
In your
I'm giving
heart.
them. Hold on, in my heart, they're always barbarians. There's two twin brothers who seek revenge from a warlord who massacred their tribe and captured them when they were small children, small barbarians, if you will.
Small little barbas.
And today we also have Brycicus and Capitan
Capitan.
Capitan Cockalawalk. Yes, the talent of names is unmatched.
If only, where was it? I have such sights to show you, Ray.
Bryce, this is one of your picks. You wanted us to talk about this, and here we are. Oh, mind you, that we also have been like going kind of down
We've been
like an 80s fantastical type of film.
Sword and sorcery.
fucking.
Yeah.
Is it Roger Corman? I think it's the name of the his sort of brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first one we talked about was The Sword and the Sorceress.
Yeah.
I believe it's called, and that is with David Carradine.
Right.
Let me ask you this, Bryce.
Yeah.
These types of movies start to spawn after Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think a lot of them were just trying to cash in on that.
Roger Corman saw this and was like, "I can do this for like $20."
Well, actually, that's a good point though.
And make like a dozen of them.
Yeah, because Roger Corman made like the Jason and the Argonauts and the Sinbad movies. Didn't he make those, Roland?
I'm not
sure. Or am I thinking of Ray Harryhausen? I think Ray Harryhausen.
Yeah. I was gonna
but
say,
anyways,
hold on, those are good movies.
Yeah, no, but hold on, but the whole adventure sorcery thing, I think precedes Conan. I mean, Conan, obviously, the story.
Yeah, his had the biggest budget and
right, but I think primarily what I'm getting at is that it started to more of these movies started to come out because of the success of that film. I mean, these movies are not new. I mean, we have like old stuff like would you consider this like Clash of the Titans kind of in this vein too?
Yeah,
it's more mythological. Yeah. So I mean, like these aren't new films, but they started to kind of like eke them out pretty regularly, especially Canon, because this is a Canon film.
Oh yeah.
And Canon is notorious for just like cranking out low budget films. I think this was one of their more expensive ones. And Canon, I like to just point this out. Cinequest Video started the first 3 episodes with my favorite Canon films, which is Break-In 1 and 2, and then Ninja 3 Domination, right? So we are no strangers to the Canon filmography.
I think there was a ninja movie I wanted to. I think it was called like Ninja Storm or something. I wanted to see if I can find that one, and it looked exactly like domination style trash.
I guess that was a big thing in the marketing department back then, man. I was just like put ninja and for like a random word, just put it together.
Yeah.
That's your title. Yeah. Well, didn't Canon also make Masters of the Universe?
I
think so.
Yeah. I thought that was probably the most expensive one.
Yeah.
I would think.
In terms of the cost and failure.
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely.
I love it. Don't get me wrong. But it's
it's a garbage movie.
Delicious
for sure.
trash. And I'm still waiting for the fucking remake, which I think they've been talking about again.
Are they gonna get Dolph Lundgren to play He-Man again?
He's probably gonna be like old man He-Man.
He could. Right?
You
would never discount Dolph Lundgren with the ability for full penetration, right? And to sniff out crime.
There's been a pretty fair, I guess, resurgence of the Masters of the Universe franchise, like in the past few years, with like all of the animated shows and the fucking action figures that have been popping up. Oh, and like actually, in quite a few in the comics as well. The comics are actually pretty fucking cool. There was one, the one that's based on the video game Injustice that like. For DC, with Superman and all them, where it started out as a video game and it was so popular they put that into a comic, and it ended before it ended, before it became canon later, or now rather, in the normal DC standard DC titles. But it ended with a crossover from the Masters of the Universe characters. They fucking straight up go in there, and like you have He-Man fighting like evil Superman kind of shit. And like at one point, fucking Skeletor's like, showing up, of course, and he fucking takes on the power of Shazam. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? I love this.
That's
Love this shit.
interesting.
It's quite the
It's a lot of ridiculous shit.
yeah.
Like
a crossover, man.
fucking Tila finishes off Wonder Woman, and like
Tila Tequila.
I wish. Kidding me? No, isn't that the name of the redhead girl or whatever?
I
think
don't
so,
know.
yeah.
I don't
I think
remember the
that's her
characters'
name.
names at all. Like, I'm bad with names.
He-Man's main squeeze.
Yeah.
The daughter of Sorceress and Man at Arms. She in the comic, like straight up, like just slashes fucking Wonder Woman. And like, I think she was saying something to the effect of like, we can't fuck around with these fuckers. We got to just like finish them off. And Wonder Woman was like, good soldier, like, because she's just has to be badass and appreciates a proper ass whooping as opposed to like being surrounded by chicken shits and pansies or whatever the fuck. I don't know. She's always crying about that shit. Why can't everybody be big and tough and cool? It's like, okay.
Bryce, I wanted to ask you: had you seen this before? You had suggested this, or this was something you stumbled upon across on like Tubi or something?
I think it was on Tubi, man. I was like looking around. I was like, "What in the hell is this?" Or I may have seen somebody else review it like a long time ago, but no, I think I just saw it on Tubi. Honestly, I was like scrolling and I was like, "What is this?"
I've been wanting to review this movie for a long time.
Yeah, I know Roland had brought it up because of we watched, or he and we sometimes watch a reactionary channel called
So bad it's good.
yeah, that.
The name of the channel is after the host Jason Brandt. But
Right. So
like
they watch a lot of bad movies and stuff like that. But that one came out, and I remember Roland had suggested that he wanted to react to this. But that's why I refused to watch it at all. And then at some point or another, reaction just seems a little too unable to do it. So we just decided to watch.
I mean, it's
and talk about
whatever.
it. But I know Bryce has been pestering me for a long time. So he's like, just fucking watch Barbarians. And I'm like, I have to wait.
Man, how can you,
Just watch
why
it
do you have
already.
to wait? I mean, there's really no thought to this movie, man. Just fucking put it on, dude.
Wait, yeah, I'd heard about this one a long time, even before we saw the reacting channels to this. Mostly because like it's kind of one of those like cult trash gems.
I can see why.
It's
Yeah.
got two fucking identical twin brothers that are jacked as hell, like just beating the shit out of everyone, and like making these the most goddamn ridiculous, like I don't even know what the hell to call that. Like it's
Noise.
like a moose honk
Noise.
or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And also like, I mean, it does have a surprisingly, like very awesome set, moments like within the set, like within the fucking like creature designs, the fucking like costumes and shit. Like I was watching this chilling with my brother, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're finally getting a chance. Here we go, brother. And I was so like, because which is, and it turned out perfect timing because we got a giant ass fucking TV over here, and so I'm just like, yeah, all right, upscale bitches. I was checking it out on Prime, and like I was very like both of us were watching this and just be like, what the fuck? Like that was a really cool fucking like backset, or like, oh, what the hell is she wearing? Is that like a pacifier in her hair, or is that like one of those like drain fucking plungers for the bed, or for the the tub,
Yeah.
or the sink? Like it's just a lot of shit.
Let's get into talking about like kind of like a surprise, and
And
I would say it was more like something we could have expected going into this movie. The surprise of this movie is how well it looks,
Yeah.
And I remember commenting to Bryce when I had watched the movie, and I didn't realize he was going to make this point as well because he made it just before I was about to. Was that the first part of the movie before the twins actually show up? Like it looks like it's actually going to be a pretty good fantasy movie.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
because it looks like it's shot really well, and the acting's not exactly like terrible
Oh,
or anything.
no, I'm gonna stop you right there. The acting is trash. Okay,
No, it's
this is
not. No, no. I
not.
think
Oh yeah.
the very
It's
beginning of the
not.
movie. No,
With
no, no.
fucking Richard Lynch as Kadar coming in there,
Yeah, he's great.
dude. I mean, he's great because it's not fucking like. I mean, firstly, he looks like. And I was trying to think about this before. I was like, "Who the fuck does this guy? Who is Richard? He looks like he could be related to David Bowie's character in the fucking Labyrinth,
Mm,
the Goblin King, but
yeah.
like he'd
Not
be
this
his
guy.
like
Hold on,
his
yeah.
like
I
he'd
got
be
Yeah.
it.
like his cheap ass like Dollar General knockoff cousin, the
No,
Nobbin.
but you say that, and I think of Rutger Hauer's like younger cousin or something.
Oh yeah. I could see
Rutger How
that. I could see that. Yeah.
in
Yeah,
like
yeah, he looks like a bit of
in
Rutger
any
Hauer.
of Rutger Hauer's movies after
After
fucking
Blind Fury, Rutger Hauer, man. You know what I mean? He's got the sword. I mean, I don't know.
Oh no, I was Jesus Christ.
That-
I mean,
Um,
I'm just saying it didn't look like it was gonna be that bad
So-
because once the twins show up,
He has
then you know like the acting like takes like
well,
a
that opening
huge
chase scene was
dive,
awesome.
You know?
Like I know you had mentioned it's like Mad Max meets Conan a little bit, like a fantasy. Like
if
I don't know,
Mad
it's a
Max
cool.
was
It was a cool opening scene, man. I don't
if
know.
Mad Max was like the main characters were like fucking circus carnies and shit.
Yeah, but
yeah.
the guys throwing like the
There's-
juggling pins. And,
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
he what does he throw? There's one of them who's like spitting fire.
Yeah.
and, like another guy, the guy that looks like the not the 80s version of Rita Repulsa from the Power Rangers with the fucking wizard dude throwing the like glass balls at people.
That's like Queen Amidala and shit from the prequels. Yeah, what was that though? He didn't even know it was gonna happen. He just had the
Yeah,
crystal
he was
ball and
like, "Hey, what's
"Woo!"
this?" And he just like
Yeah.
almost drops it. And he's like,
Yeah.
"Yay!"
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, Jesus Christ! It's like it
You
looks
know,
like
he kind of
like-
like looks like an emaciated like Pee Wee Herman or something.
I was gonna. That's what I
Mm.
was thinking. I was like, this guy looks like if Paul Rubin was trying to be Rita Repulsa on meth. Yeah, thank you, Ray. Oh, you just knocked that one loose. That was
It's funny.
good stuff. And I mean, oh man, it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's great. It's wonderful shit. At one point they pull out like, don't they bring out like a ballista from the back of the fucking
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
wagon?
but it doesn't even hit anybody. It shoots in the air.
It shoots and it makes like a tripwire or some shit, dude. I was like, what
which
the
wouldn't
fuck
do
is
shit because those horses would have ran that fucking thing over.
No,
Dude, but it trips the
yeah,
horse, dude.
exactly. The horse just like stops and like
Yeah.
steps over it or some shit, you know, or like they
Yeah.
walk around. Nope. Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. His fucking shoulder pad. I think I saw that at the Ren Fair that I went to a few weeks back over the
Oh,
weekend. That like scale mail shit he's
oh yeah,
wearing
the
there.
golden armor scale. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked that a lot, but I was like, that looks like I swore I saw that one of the vendors there at the Renaissance Festival.
Nice.
And then homeboy on the right over there with the fucking trash can lid spray painted gold.
Yeah.
So
Well, just to get the real names of these actors, I've kind of like known of them again because seen it like little pieces of this.
like
But it's David Paul and Peter Paul.
David and Pete
uh,
Paul, fucking
David and Peter
the big
Paul.
Pauls.
These two are terrible actors.
Oh man, they are so
They're
bad.
the worst.
They are so fucking horrible, and it is hilarious.
You see, they messed up the parents. I know it's kind of bad. They should have named one of them Mary though.
Yeah,
Mary Peter
Mary,
Paul. Never mind.
Mary, Peter Paul and Mary.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
not?
I just so watching this movie. I mean, I'd seen clips of this over the years and like screenshots and shit. Watching the movie, like you actually get a really good idea of how goddamn jacked as fuck these guys are. Like, holy shit, man! Like in every scene I'm watching this and my brother's like, they probably like exercise right before every time they come out, and because like they
That's
Yeah.
a good point. I didn't think about that.
to pump up pump them up even further, but it's like you see them and they can't put their fucking arms down to their sides all the way. They just kind of like
Yeah.
rest.
You know, it's funny. Like I'm actually glad Orly was watching this because he had to like have commentary about like their weight or their exercise routine.
Yeah. He was like, oh, I wonder what. Oh, good. They don't skip leg days. Yeah. It was,
I was telling Bryce that the reason we get this kind of aesthetic in these types of movies, at least that's what it seemed like from that they were going for after Conan, because this is kind of like what we're used to here.
And they make
Yeah.
These
Conan
guys
look
are
like a little
yeah,
child,
dude. These
though.
guys are the fucking lats
They
on these
are
dudes.
Yeah.
Like the like.
fucking just.
Well,
Why are they
let
walking
me-
around like that? Like the lat, you couldn't put your fucking arms down.
Let me
man.
switch
No.
between this picture of Conan or Arnold and the twins over here. So, I mean, you see, like his arms look jacked,
Yeah.
but these guys are fucking. Look at their fucking arms, dude. Like,
They look like
crazy,
fucking
man.
gods from Olympus and shit. They're just all fucking ridiculous. And they're
we'll-
huge
and
motherfuckers.
we'll go back with one more right there, and then
Yeah,
Right
Arnold's
there.
Arnold's not working the triceps, man. He's not working the triceps.
yeah,
man.
but check out that cod piece, all right?
Yeah.
Do they got
that's
that?
True. Nah, that's a
Yes.
good point, man.
No, they've got loincloths, and like one of them's ass is
That's a
hanging
good
out
point.
like
Yeah.
half of the movie. It's fucking funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Like
Or
the whole
do you know what?
he starts
You
and you
kn-
just get like ass cheek.
That may be the case, but they didn't have Grace Jones, right?
That's for sure, dude.
Ah, you fucking clever goose.
Look at his pecs. Look at how they look real small here, right?
Yeah, they look a little
Yeah.
flabby,
Look how
man.
small.
Look a
And
little
then you
flabby
look-
there,
bam,
dude,
look at
Yeah,
that.
like what are those? This is
Bam.
perfection.
Wow.
Bam. These guys are humongous. That's crazy.
Yeah.
In fact, they make a comment about that. They're like, "What are you talking about? We're huge." And then they pick
Yeah.
up that
What's
emaciated
the
Pee
name?
Wee Herman.
What's the name of the bad guy? The main guy. I'm sorry. What's the main bad guy's name?
It's Kadar.
Kadar.
Kadar. Yeah, he's like, no one can stand up against Kadar. No one has the strength to stand up Kadar. And he's like, what are you talking about? We're huge.
Yeah. What was I do like the humor. Like they're bad actors, but like their dialogue is fucking hilarious. They
They
definitely
sound like they're from
play
like New
on-
Jersey or some shit, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's so funny. It's like they. I feel like this movie they tried to appeal to like a young audience. Like, yeah, you got the New Jersey meatheads, and then the girl they find later is like the mall bimbo of like the, you know what I mean? Of, like the fantasy. Like,
Ismay.
yeah, but they
This fucking yeah, Jesus Christ, man.
There's a scene too. They make fun of him a lot. The moose head guy or whatever, the carny dude. He calls him like fat. He's like,
Yeah, I was
fatty
about
or
to say that. He
scrawny or
called
some
one of them
shit.
fat.
And the other time someone calls him scrawny, and they're like, you know, it's just,
They get so fucking
Yeah.
like hurt.
Yeah.
by that. What do you mean I'm fat? Like,
yeah,
or like he's the dumb one. The other's the smart one. But like,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
really. It's not a high bar to begin with.
yeah,
I would like to explain this picture that we're looking at is that they're wearing helmets and they trained the other one to kind of, I guess, have some sort of like negative impact whenever they would get punished because they would put on the helmet and whip them, right?
Oh yeah,
they would have
kids.
they would have. I believe the line was they would have a giant in a brass helmet torturing one of them, and a giant
Yeah.
in a black helmet, or I don't know, or iron
Yeah.
helmet. And so they give them the helmets when they're like gonna have this little gladiator match.
Oh, it was deliberate from the very beginning,
Yeah.
according to that
Yeah.
scenario. That if just in case, because Kadar promises their stepmother, their mother.
No, it's their princess. It's
Yeah,
like 'cause
princess-
well, they're orphans. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
They were
he
conditioned.
promises that he's not going to kill them, and as long as like, she's alive.
But not by
So
his
instead,
hand.
Not
they're
by his
both
hand, yes.
conditioned to like hate somebody with
The
the
helmet.
fucking
Yeah.
helmets.
And you see, I think another thing too with these movies, man, is like same thing with Conan. They really fucked up like young men's minds because they just made young men think that they could get jacked by like Conan pushing a wheel around.
Yeah,
These guys lifting rocks, like
Lifting
that's how you're
rocks
gonna
and
fucking
getting
get
whipped.
You don't
It's
get like
had
that, man.
nothing to do with this shitload of stuff.
Yeah,
Absolutely nothing.
I mean, who are we to say? Have we lifted or pushed shit around for like many years?
you may get your legs
Every day?
jacked from pushing the wheel
Right,
around, but you're not gonna get like
I cut the lawn, you know.
yeah.
You're pushing a powered fucking lawnmower, right? You're not fucking getting down the ground and like pushing all these like heavy.
Hey,
Rods
it's not.
and
It's
wheels
not. It's not a
together.
riding lawnmower either. Or the ones with the auto drive. Okay, you know, it's got some. They
And this
fight
is a
you.
scene. This is a scene where they say they become barbarians. By the way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they become barbarians. I was like, okay,
So I had another question actually about this because it's supposed to be like a time skip, right? It doesn't exactly. Their children are like, I guess, maybe early teens or whatever. Before when they're little, and then like they do the training or whatever, getting whipped and lifting heavy rocks and shit. Does it? So like, does time pass like 10, 15 years kind of thing, or is it like a spell or some crap that they
No, I don't.
wonder?
No, I think it's
But
the
nobody
age
ages. Is that
time
what you're trying to
passes
get
there.
at? Like everyone else stays the same
Yeah,
age.
no one
Yeah.
else ages except for them,
Yeah.
basically, right?
Yeah, and
Um,
And
like
no one gets nearly as jacked either.
Yeah, and then,
yeah,
yeah, and then it's
they
like, why would you make them like this strong? Like, why don't you just have them fight as children then? And like, you know what I mean? Why wait till
yeah,
they're like
Well,
fucking
and like
muscular?
they really play into that, right? At one point, like Kadar's like about to bang finally, like after like decades or something. He's finally going after Canary. He's finally gonna get
Yeah,
a piece of that bird, and like you know pacifier hairstyle girl sorceress comes up and is like, finally, my lord, I must stop you. And like, why? Because this is important. And he's like, god damn it. And it's like, it's them. It's like, who gives a shit?
yeah,
this
Yeah,
is
there she is.
the sorceress
yeah.
here.
What's the sorcerer's
Did she want a
name?
piece of Kadar like her first self?
Probably.
Was that what like it seemed like a bit of jealousy that he was like so in love with Canary?
It seemed that way. I love how Michael Berryman's right there in the back, it's Dirt Master just looking like real
Yeah.
nonchalant when his only fucking lines in this movie is like half of them he's just like screaming at him.
Like, is he
Ah!
laughing though, or
Yeah,
like he's
dude.
laughing?
Totally
And
is.
shit.
Like it's
Hold
like a
on.
weird like panic manic
There
fucking
he
like
is.
like he goes between like laughing and yelling to crying or something. It's hard to
Yeah.
tell, but like it's seamless.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this though, like every time he's on screen, I mean, he obviously like attracts the attention because how freaky he looks in like every fucking
He's
movie
got
he's
such a
in.
weird, yeah, he's always got such a weird face and weird roles, and it's
Well,
fucking
he
great.
either plays like a hardened villain, like
Mhm.
especially like the Hills Have Eyes and shit like that, or he's like some kind of like crazy serial killer, or he's some goof. He's just in the background, just going like, wah, wah.
Yeah,
Or he pulls some shit like in Weird Science where he's
I
like
was gonna say,
shows that he's like a crazy person, and he's
yeah,
like, could you know how to tell? I tell anyone about this, I could lose my teaching job and shit.
yeah. He seems like such a cool person.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty cool guy. Like he
And
has a
then this
pretty
one, he's
decent range, you know.
Dirt Master.
Dirt Master.
Yeah.
That's another
Hey,
like
Roland, you need
Mad
to get
Max
that fucking.
Thunderdome.
You need to get that
name.
fucking hook for your head, bro.
The
The horn.
the horn from Conan, the second movie, the Conan the
Sure.
Destroyer.
I'll get on Etsy or whatever and get somebody to fucking make me one.
Nah, man, you need to wear that shit. What he's wearing next time you go to fucking
Oh, the
Renaissance
Ren
Festival.
Fair,
You
yeah.
fucking wear that shit.
But yeah, so what's the name of that sorceress chick? Doesn't she? Is it?
I
I'm
don't remember
trying
her
to look.
name.
I was
To be
trying to
honest
look
with you.
for it, but
This is
Yeah.
the girl.
is it
Yeah.
China? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
China, it's China. Yeah, yeah.
Kara.
China, right?
Kara.
That's
No, the
yeah,
character's named China.
that's
Right?
Ismene.
Yeah.
Ismen or whatever. So like I saw her and I was like, is that the chick from Last Dragon? I'm like,
No,
no.
it's not.
But like
That's
her
not
face,
Vanity, dude.
no, it's not. But like her face, like I don't know, features seemed a little like I'd seen her before somewhere.
She seems like you could see her at a mall in the
Yeah,
80s.
she looks like she'd be on Saved by the Bell or something, man. I don't know.
She's a guest star on Saved by the
Yeah.
Bell.
I don't know what other movies she's been in that I've seen. Well, actually, the third RoboCop, which
Oh my God, really?
yeah, she
Wow.
was Debbie Dix.
Damn, dude. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. Like she's been in a lot of shit since then. Just like a lot of TV series, a lot of
I wanted to bring up this scene because this is probably like the moment
Mhm.
where I knew that this movie was just going to be complete and utter
get ready
trash.
for the fucking the Yeti honk or whatever.
Yeah, because like of course these guys are in the woods. They finally meet up with those people that they were with when they were kids,
Yeah.
and of course they're gonna hang them. This chick was already in a pretty much in a little cage for herself, and then when they're gonna hang them, like it seems just like it's such a joyous thing. They actually push the guy off,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're dangling.
Yep.
And then he like squeezes with his fucking neck
He
muscles. And, like,
flexes
pretty
his
much
neck
pops
muscles
the fucking
violently.
rope off.
That's why you gotta work on the
and
trapezius
just
muscles, man.
rips
Yeah.
that shit. And whack.
And that noise. What
Yeah.
the hell was with that noise, man? Like, was
I
that
don't
necessary? I'm kind of curious if the director deliberately either gave him that direction to make that noise, or like that was just kind of some improv
No,
thing? 'Cause
man,
he had
that's
no,
some. I
he has to
guarantee
say.
you that is some shit he has been doing all his life.
Yeah.
It's something annoying he does. He probably thinks
Yeah.
it's fucking hilarious. He probably
Uh,
scares the shit out of women with it. He makes he probably walks up behind him and makes that fucking noise.
mm-hmm.
He makes that at the gym. I can
Yeah, I was
guarantee
gonna
you.
say, like, you guys never heard people do shit like that, like growing up in fucking elementary, high school and stuff. I knew at least like one or two people that always would be like, huh, like
Yeah,
just
I
as loud as
Right,
guarantee
they
but
you
fucking
that's
could.
something he did.
right, but I
Just
don't think that kind of
totally
noise
a
is.
fucking like
I don't think
muscle
that kind of
head.
noise is meant for cinema. There's no reason for it.
Hey, who's
You
gonna
know?
tell him not to? You think the director's gonna be able like, hey man, you can't
It's
do that? He's
like,
like, you gonna tell me not to do my fucking
it's like you,
voice?
Nah,
And
I
I'm like,
think he would respond with the noise. He wouldn't even talk to him. He
you
would
want to know how to
respond with the
blow up
noise.
every single time? Here we go. Brrr. Dead audio. It's gone.
Yeah, but
um,
this picture here with them just
the
standing there with the
noose is
ropes around their neck,
smiling.
they're just smiling. I go, this just looks like this is an odd frame,
Yeah, that's
but
funny.
it's just so weird. But this is also kind of like just shows you the kind of movie you're in for, because
Yeah.
again, it starts off kind of somewhat in a serious fantasy kind of movie, but then of course it turns into like this
Yeah,
nonsense.
real
Mhm.
slapsticky. And then the other brother just like
Sasquatch
he
bellow.
just breaks his ropes with his, doesn't even there was like real no point to any of it, They could have gotten out of
Yeah,
any time.
he snaps it with his brute strength,
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so they're on the hunt for a ruby, right?
hmm
And that's it's like I was kind of confused because I know the canary gives that guy the ruby, and he like jumps off the little caravan that they had there, right?
Wait
She
a
gives
minute,
him
he
the
doesn't
ruby.
give her the no, because they have to go get they
But
have to
what
go
is
get the
but
ruby.
right, but she says here, she gives it to him in the beginning and says, "Here, hide this," and then he jumps off. But I don't recall anything happening after that. Because she doesn't
Yeah.
have it, right? It's been hidden.
No, it ends up back in like the swamp or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought that
Somehow.
was his whole point, was to take that and
The
hide it
peanut
over there.
dragon fucking
Yeah. Do y'all remember that when the
guard.
guy jumps off, like she literally tells him, gives it to him, gives him the
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
gives
and
it
you
to
never see him again.
Mm.
Actually,
Yeah,
I
but
didn't think about it until you mentioned.
but that's
it.
what's so confusing about this little plot point in this movie, is because like she says that they need to find this ruby or whatever, and that moment you don't see her give him the actual thing, the ruby. She has it like wrapped in like a thing, like a cloth. She gives it to him, and then he jumps off the caravan, and they just like go past him completely after they've been killing everyone that's kind of like in the way. And
Yeah.
they just like right past him, like don't give him a second thought whatsoever. Like, why did this guy jump off?
Yeah. Hey man,
Do you
it's all
remember that
good.
scene where like Kadar like is trying to scare and threaten Canary by like
Yeah.
like going up to the,
Yeah.
the fucking other people, and he like
Yeah.
pretends to stab a
What?
girl like 4 or 5
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
I was like, what the
With
fuck
different
is
women,
this?
he's like,
And then,
oh,
no, and then until
Yeah.
finally, it was just
Yeah.
like, okay, and like at that point, I was just waiting for him just to fucking get it over with. I
Yeah.
was like, come
He
on,
did it quite a
dude.
bit though before he fucking finally did.
Yeah, man, holy shit, this was like it was starting to feel like a trauma film with that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, a little bit, man.
He has the fucking, this is a great scene too. He has the most badass fucking throne ever, right?
Yeah.
Like it's there right behind him. He just like walks up on it, and it's on like a lift or some shit. People just like fucking angle it back up, and all of a sudden he's just on a platform.
No, dude, it's people holding it.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know
forgot
that
it was
until
it's called, like a
later.
leader.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, that it was just like they bring it down. Later on you see like when he like there's
Oh,
I guess the
they're
shit's
just
like
holding it on their
rumbling and there's
back.
like people like holding it like ooh. Like
That shit is fucking
Xerxes
cool.
thing from 300.
Yeah,
Like everyone's just yeah.
yeah. Man, from 300. See, those guys didn't skip leg day either.
No,
No.
man.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, that is a fucking cool ass throne. I'd have to say, like, again, it's so weird. I'm reading some of the comments or whatever in the Wikipedia for this, and it's just like seldom as a movie looked so good and sounded so dumb.
Yeah.
It does sound very dumb, yes. That's
This
accurate.
the film has the refreshingly unpretentious tone of a TV beer commercial, which I liked that one. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the fucking costuming and the sets, the sets were so fucking elaborate. Though, like looking at this, Jesus Christ, there it is. The fucking like weirdo werewolf, like
I love how this guy comes out just to have his head fucking chopped off. Like
yeah,
he
and
does
his like
nothing.
arms ripped off.
He jumps down there and then bloop and just like fucking kill him.
Yeah, I don't know how that worked, but like at one point, like his arms like shoot out of the ground or the walls or
Yeah.
They're just
something.
ripping off his arms,
And they
right?
just,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
I was
that
like,
scene.
aha.
That was a scene that I was a little confused about, like the perspective.
Uh-huh.
When they first find the tomb of the king or whatever. When they're
Uh-huh.
looking down, doesn't it kind of seem like it's a miniature? The little pots look so tiny, but then when they jump down, they're actually in the scene. So I'm like, what the? It's like the perspective is really weird because like when they're to me when they're looking down on it, it looks like it's like they made like a little miniature. You know what I mean, Ray? I don't know if you remember the scene too
Yeah,
well.
like a little diorama.
I honestly
Yeah,
didn't
but
even
then they
think
actually
much
jumped
about
down
it.
into it, so I was like, I don't know, it's kind
It
of
was
threw
a
off.
weird shot. I remember which one you're talking about because like it was just a weird room. It was very fucking claustrophobic, but then all of a sudden it's like it's deep and
Yeah, because
shit.
then they jump down into it, but then when they're shooting at it before they go into it, and even the flames look like they're little candles, but then they literally jump into the scene. So I was like, whoa, it's fucking weird, but I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was confused about that too because was the werewolf's arms the ones that were coming out of the ground, or was he just like watching all
I
that?
thought that was the case.
That's what I thought. I didn't understand why.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like,
I stopped
again,
asking.
like just
I stopped asking questions the minute he made that noise and snapped off the fucking rope. Like, don't ask any questions about what happens for the rest of this movie
yeah,
because it's just gonna be ridiculous.
it's just equal parts like fucking ridiculous bullshit with just like very cool not practical effects but like I guess practical fucking sets and costumes.
Costumes
Yeah,
like this.
yeah.
there it is.
The dragon was
Penis
bad,
dragon,
dude.
fucking foreskin dragon, excuse me.
Yeah,
It was a
When
giant dick. That's what it was.
it
that
is
looks like a
giant
trauma.
dick.
That's some trauma shit right
That's
there.
a trauma dragon dick. Is what it
So
is.
You can tell it's on
uh,
wheels because they just push it, like just kind of goes forward and it's like dive.
um that
Well,
was
they
really
got that. Remember that shot in the back where uh, they get that shot from the dragon's next perspective, and you see like it's like foreskin,
yeah, it's
and
like
the
a
fucking
tube
it's
and
literally
then
like just
pushing
coming
out of
out,
it.
and you see like the wrinkles on the fucking dick skin. You know,
Well, maybe it's supposed to be like a turtle, like a
Those
giant
aren't
turtle, dude. You
wrinkles,
know,
those
my
are
ass the
it's
veins.
a
turtle.
giant turtle, dude.
It's
You
a
know,
dick
No
vein.
way.
It's a jet turtle.
it's a giant turtle dragon,
My
bro.
ass.
Like,
I didn't see any wings or shells, man. That was just one long neck dick right there.
I like too when they finally cut it open. They go inside. It's like a discotheque in there. There's like fucking
Yeah.
multicolored lights and shit. I'm like,
Well,
what
I
the
mean, he
fuck?
cuts it open and he gets like fucking
Oh yeah,
They get drenched in
showered
that
in
green
like
shit. Yeah.
yeah, in like for green shit for like an hour or whatever. And it's like that was again, that was a real trauma moment where it's just like,
Well,
like
you
yeah.
see the sorceress in there, like that
she
chick,
Mhm.
and
dies
like
off
She has
screen, right?
like
Like
a
yeah,
ring.
I
Yeah.
I don't
blanked.
remember seeing that at all.
I didn't either, and I was like,
Did
what
you,
the fuck?
Bryce?
Did they cut
Did
it?
you see
No,
the
she gets
moment
swallowed by
where?
the dragon, but they don't show it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
because she's just in there lying. She's just lying in there, looking all
yeah,
clean.
yeah.
Like, shouldn't she be covered in green shit? And I don't know, like, but
They didn't even chew her up, nothing. I was
Mm.
like,
and you know,
China,
like
no.
they so calmly had they're like, oh, like that's the ruby, and they just get it. Like,
Yeah.
like, there's no sense of urgency with this ruby. Like, they just hand it over to that other girl too. Like, oh, we trust her, and she just fucking leaves with it. Like,
Yeah, because
I thought she was gonna betray him this whole time.
I was
Yeah.
expecting that too, but then she turns out it was their childhood friend or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That so there wasn't anything that actually like alludes to that. Don't they just be like, "Hey, it's Kara," and it's like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Isme.
didn't
like
get that.
It
I don't
was
remember.
like
Was she
it's
supposed to be
Isme, and
there?
then they're like, "Hey, it's Kara," and she's like, "Who?" And then at the end of the fucking movie, she's like, "Oh no, guys, it's me, Kara," and they're like, "Oh my god, it is her!" Like, what the fuck?
but they said her name. Like, he just said it so casually. That's why I was kind of confused too, because
Yeah,
he was like, "Can we trust her?" And he's like, "That's Kara." He just says it
yeah.
Was
casually.
she in the like caravan at the beginning of the movie? Did they say anything about her? I don't remember that.
I
'Cause
don't
I was
recall that.
confused
That's the
too. I was like, who
thing.
the
That's
hell is
another
Kara?
confusing
Like,
point
did
in
they
this
say anything
movie.
about that?
I don't remember.
Mm.
So if they did,
And they just put the little. I thought it was funny too. She's like, I guess when the whatever Canary dies, or is that her name, Canary? I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah.
when
Well,
she
when she
dies, and
uses her witch
yeah,
powers.
yeah. When she gets killed or whatever, and then she's like, "Oh, it's just a stone now," and it's like it's actually this the ruby just not lighting up or whatever, and then they put it in her
Yeah.
belly button. Like they're trying that
Yeah.
scene with the belly buttons is so fucking weird, man.
Bring me the
Yeah.
virgins.
Yeah,
They're
What?
trying to find the next queen, and like
What
their
does she say
process is
though?
just
She's like, "Whoa, wait, I'm not a virgin.
Yeah.
Hey, come on!" Like she's trying to like, "I'm cool. What are you? What? No,
Yeah.
some shit." And then it sticks to her, and she like all of a sudden she's like, "Yeah, I'm the queen." You know, like she
Yeah.
takes like a complete 180 from being
Yeah.
like, "Fuck off,
yeah.
I don't want
I don't
any of
want the
this," to
I don't
like,
want this at all. And then she's just like, yay, like
"It's me,
look.
Kara. I'm your queen, bitches." And like, all right, yeah, there we go. The fucking stupid.
Yeah. I was when I was watching this movie, I was confused because I felt like they were just adding points to this movie that I don't recall happening. Like I was supposed to have recall any of these plot points, like with this girl Kara, because like
Yeah.
Kind of like Sword and the Sorcerers, man. When they added like all these
yeah.
other little elements to it, that were like, does that even have any bearing in the movie we're watching right now?
But I feel like they just did it like as they went along, and like editing be damned, you know, they didn't like have to
Mm-hmm.
like do a callback at some point or do a reshoot. They just leave it alone. Like it works out fine. It is canon,
Yeah.
so that makes sense.
Um.
Um, I was telling Bryce though, at the end of this movie, this particular scene, I cringed so hard because it just I didn't know how he's supposed to end it with this one scene. This guy has the reins and he's like, "Oh, I want the reins.
Yeah.
Never mind, I
No,
don't
I
like
want
the
the whip.
reins."
What's the
Yeah, and then he
running? It's
just
the running
He's like,
gag. They did it with the sword and the axe.
he's just
yeah,
he's just jealous or whatever. Like he's like, "Oh, he's having fun. I want that." And then he's like, "Oh, this is boring. I want it back." And then like, stupid.
and then they end it with this
Uh,
fucking this Family Matters fucking TV show ending right here.
Yeah, man.
oh,
This overall this was a dumb movie.
Yeah, it's very much.
Um,
I did see here that I was just looking at the filmography for Ava LaRue again, and she was in the Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College,
oh,
Oh,
perfect. That's
as
perfect.
Aaron Riddle.
Mm.
We need to
I
watch
don't know.
that at some point. Ghoulies 3 and 2.
The fighting scenes, so at the end was the dumbest shit I'd seen in
Yeah, this one
forever.
right
Oh
here.
yeah.
Yeah, where he's with his
Oh,
mirror
because he
shield.
doesn't have a fucking finger. That's how he gets thwarted. 'Cause
Yeah,
he can't pull.
yeah,
You forgot?
they
You
don't
forgot? You don't have that shit?
again. Yeah, I was like, you didn't you lose that shit like forever and a half ago when you were
Yeah.
kids?
Then
How
why
the
don't you
fuck?
just use the middle? You can't just. Oh
Yeah,
man.
no, yeah, I love that part because there's nothing to like even suggest. You just see him like fumbling with the fucking
Yeah.
crossbow and just like, and then
Yeah, and
and
they throw
they
those fucking
kill.
swords
Yeah.
at him, and like
Yeah, that is
he's impaled by two fucking giant ass swords.
one of my favorite and most ridiculous like ways to kill in an action movie ever. It's when they throw the fucking swords
Mhm.
and they get just impale somebody. Like I don't know how I can count on my hand the number of fucking times I've seen it, and I've loved it every time. It is the most ridiculous, dumbest shit ever. Just, whew.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. It's so. But that fight
Yeah,
scene was so fucking
that
stupid.
was a point I forgot about. I wanted to bring this up during this fight scene where Kadar is like on his horse and he has his back turned towards him, and then he kind of looks like this, and he looks like he's gonna do something crazy, and he just turns around, and they're still
Yeah.
pretty far away. I was like,
Yeah, he's just like waiting for them to try to like sneak up on him or get
Yeah.
closer. It's like, all right, let me just hide. Like,
I'll just blind him with my shield.
yeah,
It's like,
the sun.
yeah.
no, oh, no, my eyes. It's like, but don't they have like eyeliner and shit on anyways for the glare? I forgot if they got like fucking mud.
Do you think eyeliner is like a protective thing from the sun?
No, but like, the
Yeah, it's like what
like
football
for
players
football
put on.
players
Yeah.
stuff, they'll put that stuff on. That's what that's for glare. But no, I had another question. Michael Berryman also died off screen. Was he also like chewed up by the penis dragon?
I don't remember.
Mangled by Dick Dragon? I don't remember
I
because
think
like he went with
so.
China
Yeah.
and then that was it. Like he was just gone.
Yeah, I don't recall a lot of things that
Dirt
happened.
Master, no.
What is he? Oh, I don't know. But I
Yeah.
was gonna talk about some of the other characters too, like in the very beginning, and they come out later, like after the dragon scene. Those people have like the guy like he has like the skin like over his mouth. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Oh,
like some weird.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That kind of reminds me of
Mad
some
Max and
Mad
like
Max shit. The way
like
the characters look,
fucking Hills
but
Have
they just
Eyes.
come out. They just come out after fighting the swamp people, and then
Mhm.
those two guys just kill him in the swamp. But I don't
Oh, it's
know.
one thing also didn't talk about the bit of gratuitous boobage
Well,
that
yeah,
had
I
to
was
come
gonna
out in this
mention that.
movie.
The main bad guy has like a harem, and he just doesn't like care about the women anymore because he
No,
just
he
wants
only cares
Canary.
about Canary. It was
Yeah,
like, what?
yeah. She's just giving him blue balls the whole
But
time, and
like
then
when Gore and Kuchek go in there, I forget if
yeah,
it's Gore or I think it's Kuchek. No, it is Gore, where he's just like,
yeah,
and like he picks up
yeah.
one of
He's
the.
like kissing. Oh my god, the
It was
fucking
so
kissing.
weird, dude.
Damn.
And like you just see like the fucking the prosti girl lying there with her monster boobs, and then like she like wakes up or something, and she's like, I
Yeah. Well,
forgot.
they end up, yeah, because
They
then
end up in
later on they
bed.
come out, and then she's all like, as many like, where have you all been? He does that fucking thing.
Yeah,
It's like,
Yeah,
when
what's
they
going
so
meet
on?
Canary,
dumb.
I think at one point they bang in front of their like adopted mom,
Yeah,
Canary,
that they did
right?
that, right?
They
Oh,
did.
that's true. Yeah, because she's in
When
the
Yeah,
like
cage.
they're like they're
What the
gonna
fuck?
rescue her, and she's like, okay, now it's time to get to business. And she's like, she just kind of does like the fucking cartoony like, call guys, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
yeah.
And
Where
they're
they
like,
get they have a fucking orgy and shit together.
yeah, they're
That's a
like.
good point, man. I didn't think about that. She's in
I
the
just
room or
remember seeing
something.
that like Jesus Christ, they're trying to play this off like fucking like screwballs or porkies or some shit. Like what is and it's just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look away, mom. Same for
For
you. We're
what was the
adults now.
joke? What was the joke whenever one of I forgot who it was that brought the other one out in the wheelbarrow, and
I don't
like
know. I don't know why
was he
that
just like
thing.
completely fucked out? Like,
Maybe.
Yeah, because he's like, well, that's what she's like. Where have y'all been? And then
and he
yeah,
does
he's
that
all like, "Whoa."
thing shit.
Yeah.
And then like, because before
I
that,
thought that was true.
before they go into the cave and like the harem and all that, there's like a scene, like there's a scene where there's like a tent, and I don't know what's going on in
Yeah.
there, and they're like, they go in, he's like, and it's like people are having sex in the tents, and it's like, I don't know,
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
It was so weird.
yeah, very
Just
strange.
just some random ass scenes like to fill time. Like I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't recall the runtime of this movie. I think it was like 80, maybe
It's not,
89 minutes or
yeah.
something.
um 87.
Yeah, the story moves along fairly quickly,
Hmm.
but there's certain scenes that like just are just taking up time.
It
For
kind of
instance,
drags. Yeah.
there's a scene whenever like they kill the dragon and they're walking
Uh-huh.
out of the fucking thing, and then
Oh
one of them takes a little bath in
yeah.
the
Oh,
waterfall, and then he
yeah.
walks away, and then the other one
The
starts
other
doing the
one
same
does it.
thing.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
was gonna make mention of that earlier. I thought
You
it was
have
funny
to
that they
it
had to
can't
show
all be
that.
boobage, you
Yeah.
gotta show off the guns for the ladies, give them a show, right?
That's the whole movie though, man.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know. I don't know. I just assumed that was more like fan pandering or whatever at that
Ah,
point. Because they're just like, oh, take a shower like a man in a
yeah.
waterfall and shit.
It was like a
I
Bush
mean, I
beer
won't lie,
commercial or
it
something.
looked refreshing.
Look refreshing being crushed by the fucking waterfall.
It looked cool, like cool running
Yeah,
water to and let's take a
or
like little
Man,
rinses,
the cool water cologne commercial,
if
man.
any one of us to try to walk under that fucking waterfall and take a shower, like we would immediately be fucking like just pounded into the fucking ground or some shit or crushed by that. Like, there's no way.
But not Gore
Yeah,
and
I
Kuchek.
think you're giving these guys way too much credit with this weak ass waterfall. It's not like fucking Niagara or nothing they're
Hey,
taking a bath in, you know?
All right, maybe you got a better look than I did. I wasn't paying attention, Ray.
I was paying attention, right?
I know.
Yeah. You can't let that mask just pass on screen, man. You gotta keep your eye on it.
Yeah, that's true. What's going on? Wait a minute. Did that peck just jump? Did it flex? Make the dance. Actually, I don't think they did any like peck dancing or anything. Now that I think about it, that would have been kind of a given.
I was almost
yeah,
certain that we're
that's a
gonna
good
do
point,
like some
man.
kind of like twin dance or something like like thinking like the Harlem Shuffle or some shit.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know.
Missed
It could have
opportunity,
happened.
man. Missed
It
opportunity.
could have happened. Maybe we missed it.
Maybe we did.
I mean, I'm sure there's, because they've got other movies. I'm sure that maybe they probably tried to do some shit like
They did one also that kind of reminded me of that Hulk Hogan babysitter one. They did like they did a
Of
movie where
course.
they're like babysitting some kid or some shit like that, or kids. I don't recall the name of the movie, but I just saw the cover of the video.
that.
Um,
Is it
I think it was like I don't know, it was twins babysitting or some shit
Think
like that.
Big? No.
No,
Think they're gonna do like a kindergarten cop
There's
ripoff.
Twin Sitters.
twin sitters. There you go.
Oh my
Yeah.
See,
god. Wow.
You thought I was lying when I said that?
No,
Oh
I thought this was the
yeah.
only movie they made, honestly.
Oh fuck
No,
no, dude. They've
they made a
got,
bunch
let's
of other
see,
movies,
1, 2,
Really?
dude.
3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They got about 10 films.
They
Huh.
made more. They look. Let me say something to you. They made more movies than Lucinda Dickey, who should have made more movies. Like, and they're dumb, brute force dudes, and Lucinda Dickey was very attractive and a moderately okay actress.
It's just like, oh yes, Ray. Yes, the bestest of accolades ever. She's
Yeah,
very
and she
middle
can
of the
dance,
ground.
and she can dance. All right,
She can dance.
and she can do ninja face very well. It's the nice little bit of eyeliner that stretches out to the side. You know, it's all right. But anyways, is there anything else that y'all wanted to mention about this movie before we give our overall thoughts, ratings, all that kind of stuff?
Hmm.
Are you happy with your decision, Bryce?
Yeah, I've been wanting to talk
Yeah.
about the movie for a long time. Oh, Roland seems to be. Well, I know you want to do more of a reaction thing, but
No, I love this movie.
yeah, I'm
I
looking at
was
some
I
pictures of them
I,
as like
I
an
I will say
older
this that
dude. They
it's
did
not
not
it's
age
something
well,
I would
man.
watch again. You know, it's a funny, stupid movie, and it's something nice to put on. You know,
it
it's one of those good trash movies.
yeah. I
Yeah,
was
for
very
sure.
surprised by, like, again, how good the work on the movie was itself. I mean, the acting, they were hamming it up like fucking crazy, which,
Yeah.
you could tell they leaned into quite a bit of that. As far as the Barbarian Brothers go, everyone else, I guess they were maybe trying a little, sort of, to
Well,
make this like a
let
normal
me just
movie.
can I just say this though? These guys make Arnold Schwarzenegger look like a great actor in the Conan movies. Like, you know, they make
Yeah.
him really good.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
Arnold
like
Schwarzenegger has some serious talent in these beginning phases where he barely speaks English. You
Mhm.
know,
yeah,
and these guys
they
made
make
him
it
look
sound
great.
like he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger's in fucking Hamlet or some shit. Yeah.
Which he
Yeah.
ended up being in Last Action Hero.
That's right.
He was, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, god damn it. Um,
Oh,
yeah.
Claudius, who killed my
Oh,
father?
God, yes.
God damn it.
Shit. Yeah.
So
No, this is a fucking great movie. I would recommend
great.
it.
Let's not use
You
words
know.
like that. It's a fun movie. Great.
Hey, it's a great romp, man. Come on.
Yeah,
The
I
John
mean,
T.
I
It's a
don't
John
mean
T. romp.
great as in like acting greats. This is a wonderful, iconic piece of cinema. Oh fucking hell! Your control your humble purist instincts, Ray. All right. I mean, great for us, like our
It's a nice
bullshit. Not,
addition in the canon, repertoire. Like, you know what I mean?
I
It's great trash.
yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Just say that. Okay.
I know Canon has like a couple of don't they have a few
A
like
few.
compilation fucking
Uh,
uh videos
oh.
where it's like 12 films or some shit kind of thing,
I
or
wouldn't be
30.
surprised, honestly.
I know they do. I've been wanting to pick them up because like it's got stuff like this in there, of course, and
Well,
just
it's those are, I would say, like kind of hard to find because I know. I mean, I don't. Canon doesn't exist anymore, from my
no.
understanding.
Mhm.
Because I mean, I know that people that do, or the folks that do redistribute these movies, are like Scream Factory or Arrow Video. Like they're the ones that are
Yeah.
putting these movies out. And I mean, that's why I have special editions. And I don't want to bring this up again. Like, I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but I have like Breaking 1 and 2 and Ninja 3 Domination on
I
Blu-ray because
mean,
they're the ones that redistribute them, like these movies. And mind you, I think
ooh,
Kickboxer and like Bloodsport are probably canon movies also. So like, I mean, they
Mm.
have really good.
they've got some
Like,
compilation DVDs
I
here
mean,
and
if you're gonna get
there.
you're gonna get like one of these classic Universal monsters where it's like 50 movies for like $10.
Yeah.
Mean,
I mean, like I'm looking at some here. So there's like a five DVD set or whatever, 5 film set with like it's like the Hitman, Bloodsport, Over the Top, Master of the Universe, Cobra.
Oh
damn.
yeah, dude.
um
All great movies. Like
there's
classics. Those are
there's ooh
classics
there,
right
here
there
is the
for
10
sure.
pack 10-pack DVD collection. That's what I want.
How much is it, and what movies are there? Go, tell me.
It's $25 right now on Google. Well, this is
That's good.
Google Shopping. I don't know so it's probably gonna be like.
Are they digital?
No, these
Because
are
they
these
sell like
are.
digital packs and shit. Like,
Oh yeah. Actually, yeah, I think it is offered on Prime.
Mm.
Let me see.
a digital pack for $25. Like,
Oh no, this is the DVD. But like Ultimate Action Collection. No, this is the Canon film. What's on this one? Let me see. Missing in Action, Invasion USA, Cobra, Delta Force, Master of the Universe, Over the
I
Top, Blitz
forgot.
Force,
Uh,
Hellbound.
Canon did a lot of Chuck Norris movies.
Yes, he did, and I want that shit too. Great. Later on. What is this? Is this? Oh no, Ultimate Action. I don't think that's Canon. Films. But yeah, that one. Actually, I thought I sent you that one sometime before, like the link to it. That's not bad. I should pick it up later.
Speaking of those types of collections, I mean, we're not above getting those, and I know Bryce, we had sold these at some point too. Like, you have this one here.
Mm-hmm.
Girls, Guns, and G-strings.
Oh yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that. Did you get that at where'd you get that?
At Barnes and Noble. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah,
This one has like the Dallas Connection, Day of the Warrior, Do or Die, Enemy Gold, Fit to Kill, Guns, Savage Beast, Return of the Savage Beast, Picasso Trigger, Malibu Express, and the one I want to talk about at some point.
Trigger, really.
I want to talk about Hard
Heard
Ticket
of
to
that
Hawaii.
chick.
I've been wanting to talk about that for a while.
Oh,
And
sure.
Hard
Yeah.
Hunted. But yes, Girls, Guns, and G Strings. The 12 film
Oh,
set.
all right. All right.
And
When I come back, when I get down there,
you can watch this, right?
yeah, we're gonna go through a few of those.
But let me show you this other one that I have, and I've only seen a few off of this one as well. It's the horror collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Ooh,
976
Evil
Evil
2?
2.
Yeah.
That's the
Say it at
first
the
one.
same time.
Yeah.
So it has Waxwork. It's a
Got
976
Chopping
Evil
Mall in there
2.
too.
Ghoulies 3. It's got Ghoulies 3. The Unholy Chud 2. Chopping Mall, Slaughter High, and Class of 1999.
Interesting.
Those are nice collectibles you should have. Like, I think if you find any of those, you should definitely pick them up because first of all, they're cheap. And if you're not like so hell bent on getting Blu-ray editions of these types of movies, which they probably won't ever see the light of day of, you should definitely pick it up. Like, and again, they're
You
cheap.
never know, man. Someone might come along.
They might.
Video has some pretty surprising movies that they come out with. I would be like, who the hell would ever?
No,
think of-
absolutely. I mean, I know Chopping Mall's been on one of those Blu-ray type of movies as well. But
has Ghoulies never been, or Ghoulies 3's never been?
I don't recall if Ghoulies has ever been.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I will say this though. I know Trauma is having like a sale on some of their movies right now, and I saw that Slime was like $11, and I will pick that up. Like, I have to have that.
I just want the poster. I'd be happy with that. Like,
the poster's great for sure, but I would like to have an actual physical copy because I guarantee you that those rare unknown movies, especially one as enjoyable as Slimed was, I don't know if you'll ever see it on like streaming forever, but having a copy of it, I mean, at least you can guarantee yourself to have some kind of ability to watch it.
That is that has been like kind of a sticking point for like this past year or so of like
I have it on Blu-ray, right?
I know, but I want one of my own.
Where like people
selling
own
it.
shit on streaming services and like they'll lose it as opposed to having the physical copies and stuff.
And
so,
they
like,
also have a nice Blu-ray edition of Redneck Zombies. So
nice.
I've been wanting to get the Trauma Now
if you want that trash, you should
subscriptions so we can watch like Shakespeare Shitstorm and
where else are you gonna see Tobacco Man?
I need to watch.
I need to get the Redneck Zombie on. Hey, is Shakespeare Shitstorm on the streaming service?
I thought
or
it
is
was.
it still like in?
I haven't.
I thought he had
I
all
haven't
of
heard anything
them.
about
Like
it.
I mean, I wanted to check out Terra Firma.
Yeah. Well, because the
like,
Shakespeare Shitstorm, I thought he was still like. I thought they were still touring it or whatever. Like, I don't think he actually released it. Like, if you're streaming it on a service, I'll fucking get because I've been wanting to watch that, but I'm like working. I don't even know where the hell you can watch it.
So I remember he was touring it, but that was like 2 years ago, dude. Like that I've seen following Uncle Lloyd on social media. He's just like bouncing around from convention to convention. The last thing he was
Mm.
on was Joe Bob, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was like
Right. They
last
did
week or
yeah, they were doing Toxic Avenger.
I'm gonna check that out later. I was like, fuck,
Well,
you
speaking of
know.
which, when's the remake? Is that coming to streaming, or is that
That
also going to
was
be only
supposed
on
to come out
Troma?
it's supposed to come out later this year, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Speaking of that, let's give our quick ratings out of 5 for Barbarians, and then we'll move on to Sergeant Kabuki Man. So,
Okay,
Bryce, since this is your pick first, I want you to go with first out of 5. What do you think of Barbarians?
I'm giving
And
it.
we have to like preface this, and we're basing it off of good trash movie. All right, this is
Mm,
not overall. This is good trash.
you know what?
Classy.
Classic
Yeah,
trash.
I'm gonna give it 4 deltoids out of 5. You know? I enjoy it. It's not a obviously it's like this is like probably my second or third time seeing this movie. It's fun, you know. I would like again. This is the kind of movie I would show to people just to be like, watch this crazy ass shit. Like somebody actually made this
Can I
movie.
ask
You
you a
know what I mean?
question? Like, if you're gonna recommend this to somebody, and say, for instance, you're gonna sit there and watch it with them, do you base any
Need to be
sort of
sober or drunk.
well, no. Do you base the fact that if they're whether or not they like a movie like this to be someone that you can actually get along with?
Oh, you
Oh,
mean you're gonna make somebody hate watch this?
No. Like you want to see if they enjoy it. If they don't enjoy it, you kind of know, like, oh,
Oh, so you're using it as a
because
test?
oh,
this
I
is
don't
this. Let's
know.
just
I
let me
mean,
You
just
have
let me just say
failed
this though.
me.
This is a level of like personality for us. You
Sorry, we
know,
can't
this
be
is
friends. Leave.
this
right.
is this is something that kind of like represents a
Hey,
bit of our personality, our
introduce
humor,
you
and
to the
stuff like that.
barbarian test.
Yeah.
No, well, I don't know, man. I mean, it's sort of like a. Can you compare like this movie to a trauma movie? Like some people may like trauma. I think this movie is, can't stand it. Maybe people don't like. Maybe some people don't like fantasy like style, even if it is like canon, like B movie shit. Maybe they don't like that. I don't know.
Mhm.
I mean, I would be kind of interested to watch, like, have somebody watch it that doesn't like this kind of movie, just to see what the reaction would be to this, because that's what I want to see. Somebody
Make
just.
them watch it completely sober.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would love to
Yeah.
see what the reaction if people become violently ill.
Monsters. Violently ill. At the Barbarian Brothers? How dare you?
Yeah, that's
How
true.
could that happen? You're like,
Um, Roland, what about you? As someone who's been wanting to watch this as well for a while now.
I will give this a solid because I was actually gonna score it pretty low because I was thinking that there wasn't gonna be any any like I thought the production values were gonna be as dog shit as the plot and the dialogue, but I was pleasantly surprised
Surprised.
and so I'd give this like a solid 3 hers.
You were pleasantly pumped.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, I want to go to the gym now. Fuck, I want to get like these
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
Hold on, let me
right.
get my where my steroids.
Yeah.
There we go. I got the rage.
I mean, we could safely say these guys are on the juice, right? I mean, there's no
Well,
question.
actually, that's what I wanted to ask you as far as sorry to like go back, but I want to ask you as far as like in terms of Conan versus these guys. Like, I know I asked you when did Conan come out versus I know this came out in '87. When did the first Conan come out?
Wasn't it like
Roland, do you have that?
I'm just feeling like the reason these guys are probably way more jacked and well, one, maybe they're
it
using
was
illegal
82.
substances.
Conan the Barbarian was
But
82.
maybe Conan didn't know about they didn't have the science of lifting that these guys did at the time. So it's 5 years later, man. It's a different time. The
The
technology is different.
steroids were cheaper now.
Yeah,
uh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, everybody was juicing it was the 80s.
yeah, it's true.
Popular thing to do.
All right. Well. All
Probably.
right. So,
What about you, Ray?
as for me, I give it a solid 3.5 out of 5 dragon skins.
You just fucking mean.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it is a trashy, stupid movie, and it's the kind that I like. These twins, again, they are very not. It seems like they're not smart. people in this movie. I know that I know how they are in real life. I've never seen their actual
I want to
interviews.
watch. I want to watch the
Movie.
other movies now, man. I just
Yeah,
wanna see-
the-
they have
no,
like an
that-
action movie. I want to watch that.
No,
Let's see
no,
what
fuck,
that's like.
fuck the
They're-
action movies, Bryce. We want to
all-
see Twin Sitters.
I want to see. Oh man! All right.
Christ.
We want to see Twin Sitters. That's what we want to watch.
Oh.
So 3.5 out of 5 for myself. It'd be like one of those movies you can put on and while you're at a party, you know, just see people just react to it, see how they go. Like, I mean, amongst the other movies that you can put on as well.
they were.
I think I would be more inclined to put this on in a group setting as opposed to a trauma movie because that can trigger a lot of people.
Well,
Yeah.
depending on which ones too.
They either
Depending.
Earlier- some of
either
those
enjoy
earlier
the
ones?
trash or like you know you get super offended by trauma.
Well, according to any of their famous works like Toxic Avenger or the one we're going to talk about in a minute, Sergeant Kabuki Man, or even Redneck Zombies, like these are all Poultrygeist. Like these movies can really trigger people's. I mean, whether or not they're like, even if they're eating, what if they're at your party and
Yeah.
you have Poultrygeist playing in the background? Like people probably fucking throw up or something, you know.
Yeah, probably.
Or even Toxic Avenger, like that could gross people out too.
Kind of. Yeah.
Class of Nukem High, maybe you could probably put that one on, or Surf Nazis Must Die. Like any one of those could work kind of as background fodder. You know?
Some people think that they're like a bit too mean spirited or whatever. It's like, well, it's meant to be ridiculous shit.
Well, they don't know
you're not.
Uncle Lloyd, right? So.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
Anyways, that'll be it for this discussion of the Barbarians. Again, we're trying to do as many more canon trash type of films. It's kind of right up our alley, and that's kind of like what we like. And that's where CineQuest started, and that's where we continue to go. So like and subscribe if you like this video review, and we'll see you next time.
Latest.
Okay.